As you've likely now heard, the FCPS Board of Education has passed a motion to begin implementing our hybrid education model pre-K through 12th grade as we start our second semester on January 28, 2021, pending key health metrics and other variables. Staff are thrilled at the possibility of getting our students back in school safely and delivering quality learning opportunities for each of the students we serve. Some parents will continue to choose our all virtual option for students, and some will choose hybrid. Over the next several weeks, a variety of videos and communications will be provided to families to assist in our transition to a hybrid learning model, including topics of safety protocol and new building routines. Today's video focuses on instruction. For students in the hybrid model, an A cohort will attend on Mondays and Tuesdays, and a B cohort will attend on Thursdays and Fridays. All students will attend virtually on Wednesdays. As we fine-tuned the FCPS hybrid learning model, we had to pay attention to the fact that our State Department of Education requires that each student receive an average of 3.5 hours of synchronous instruction or time with their teacher daily. FCPS staff knew early on that it was important for our teachers to be able to provide a high-quality program for students in each cohort of hybrid, just as they have done thus far in our virtual environment. We also knew that we didn't want students on their devices as a primary mode of instructional delivery for in-person instruction in our hybrid model. Our goal is to maximize the time we have face-to-face with our students. As our central team, building leaders and teachers networked with other states and counties in Maryland, reviewed current educational literature, and learned from our own FCPS staff, we honed in on a concurrent teaching and learning model for our hybrid instruction. We found some pearls of the pandemic, as Dr. Albin would say, from our own FCPS staff who were already delivering instruction concurrently with identified small group of students coming for in-person instruction.
Concurrent teaching has allowed me to continue to build my relationships with my students.
Hi guys, good morning, good morning. All right, so find your seat.
After everyone gets logged in, we're all together, then it becomes, we have our introduction, our warm-up, we go over the learning targets. We're together for that part of the lesson.
So if you are in the classroom, you do not need your Chromebook today. If you're at home, obviously you need it. All right, so everyone should be looking at the screen.
I remember the first time I taught them face-to-face after, even though I had taught them for a month virtually through the Google Meet sessions, seeing them face-to-face in the room, there was an energy and an excitement and an engagement that hadn't been there with only the Google Meet sessions.
Who are our important characters in the first folktale? Eric.
There are aspects to teaching that you cannot replicate virtually. And having this opportunity to be face-to-face in the classroom allows us time to do those learning activities that don't require a computer or device. It means that we can use materials that are tangible, that are concrete. The teacher can give that immediate and direct feedback immediately to the student. In my language arts class, I have found we're able to engage in a collaborative discussion about the text, and it's more easy and natural. The verbal discourse happens naturally, and everyone can hear each other clearly, and everyone's accountable to participate.
Today, I'm thrilled for you to meet Miss Tasha Brown, an English language arts teacher at Windsor Knolls Middle School. Tasha, welcome.
Thank you.
We are so excited to have you here today to begin to give parents and students a glimpse into what hybrid instruction might look like. I enjoyed my time thoroughly with you when I visited in the classroom. And so I would love to just start with, how did you come to be teaching concurrently?
Sure. Well, at the beginning of the school year, I was interested in working with students in small groups in the building, and I realized I had 12 students from one class that was already coming to the building for small group instruction, and I thought this would be a great opportunity to do concurrent teaching with this one class, since 12 of them were in the building and 10 of them were learning virtually from home.
Perfect opportunity.
Yeah.
One of the things that I noticed as I first entered your classroom was the break. What I felt was the break in social isolation that I think many of us have felt throughout the pandemic. And we know the importance of the teacher building relationships with students in our classrooms. That hasn't changed. How do you go about doing that in this setting?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely a process. And with regards to the approach, blended learning, there are some models of blended learning that work really well with concurrent teaching, using playlists, using the flipped instruction model. They work well. With regards to the routine, all the students are together. They all have class at the same time, whether they're at home or in the classroom. If they're at home, they're going to log into their Google Meet session. If they're in the classroom, they will not log into the Google Meet session. And the teacher can see the students at home, and the teacher can see the students in the classroom. And then I would project on my screen, and everyone can see that. Whether you're at home or in the classroom, everyone has access to that. In addition to that, after everyone gets logged in, we're all together, then it becomes, we have our introduction, our warm-up, we go over the learning targets, we're together for that part of the lesson. At that point, depending on the student's needs, depending on the skill you're teaching, the teacher's going to have the flexibility to structure that class as they need. I find that I have my at-home students work on an independent assignment at that time, and then I have that time to work with the students in the classroom on an activity or a discussion face-to-face. At the end of the class, we're going to come all back together for the closure piece, and the students at home have an opportunity then to ask questions, to share, and that's basically the routine I've been following.
And you and I talked about the fact that there is a lot of flexibility in how you approach your lesson and really how you pull it off each day. And it is based in student need. Mm-hmm. You also shared a couple tech tips that you definitely want to be sharing with teachers when we get to that point. Mm-hmm. Is there anything else that you want to share with the community about concurrent teaching?
I think to keep in mind that this is a new way of having class. And so as teachers and students, we need to be patient with ourselves throughout this process. And when the time is right, when it's safe and appropriate, I'm looking forward to doing concurrent teaching with all my classes, because I do believe that the benefits of concurrent teaching are greater than just virtual learning alone.
Tasha, thank you so much for being with us today, and thank you for sharing your classroom with us so that we could learn more about concurrent teaching and learning.
Thank you.
The 2021 school year is a historic one across the nation and in FCPS. It has come with challenges and celebrations. One thing I know for sure is our FCPS teachers and leaders are some of the best in the state. We want our families to know how hard we are working together for you, for our students and our community. We're excited for FCPS to deliver one of the strongest hybrid education programs in the state.